Fire won't save you. You know what will? The 100 watts of heat your body's already producing right now. The problem isn't heat, it's theft, because cold is a burglar, and it's stealing from you in 3 ways that you can't even see. Let me be clear. Most people who freeze to death do it indoors, during power outages, in their own homes, because they sat waiting for rescue instead of becoming unreasonably difficult to kill. Physics doesn't care about your emergency kit. It cares about 3 things: conduction, convection, and radiation. And right now, all 3 are robbing you blind. Here's the truth they won't tell you in those fancy survival courses. You're already a space heater. Your metabolism burns about 100 watts constantly. That's a decent light bulb. The trick isn't making more heat, it's stopping the bleeding. So let's talk about how cold actually murders you. Conduction. You sit on frozen ground, and the earth drinks your warmth. Heat flows from hot to cold. Always. That concrete floor, that metal bench, sucking calories out of your core at 25 times the speed of air. Convection. Wind hits your skin and strips heat away faster than you can replace it. Moving air is a heat vampire with infinite appetite. Radiation. Your body constantly bleeds infrared energy into space. You can't see it, but you're glowing like a sad little star that's about to go out. Congratulations. You just unlocked the cold's kill chain. Now let's break it. Method 1. Turn your entire wardrobe into a sleeping bag you can still walk in. Layers aren't fashion advice from a Pinterest board. They're survival engineering. And most people screw this up because they think more clothes equals warmer. Wrong. You need 3 jobs done by 3 layers. Base layer, moisture management. If your skin gets wet, you're done. Water conducts heat 25 times faster than air. Sweat is signing your own death certificate. Wool works, synthetics work. Cotton kills. Middle layer, air trapping. Fleece down, crumpled newspaper. Literal trash from a dumpster. I don't care. What matters is dead airspace. Still air is one of the best insulators on Earth. Moving air is your enemy. This is why puffy jackets work and wet t-shirts don't. Outer layer, wind blocking, trash bags, tarps. That old poncho you found behind a gas station. If it stops wind, it's now survival gear. The wind is trying to strip away your insulation's efficiency. Don't let it. But here's the move. Nobody does. Stuff your jacket. Like a serial killer hiding evidence. Cram dry leaves, shredded paper, foam from a torn couch cushion between your layers. You're building an artificial fur coat. Yes, you'll look unhinged. No, hypothermia doesn't care about your aesthetics. And your head, cover it. The myth about losing 90% of your heat through your head is garbage. But your head is packed with blood vessels close to the surface. Lose heat there and your brain starts making decisions like, I should take off my jacket because I feel hot. That's not you talking. That's hypothermia trying to finish the job. Method 2. The debris hut, which is basically a sleeping bag made of forest trash. No tent? No problem. No sleeping bag? Nature doesn't charge rent. Find a long branch, your ridgepole. Prop one end against a tree or rock about waist height. Lean shorter branches along both sides like you're building a skeleton. Then bury it. Leaves, pine needles, grass, moss, anything organic and dry. Pile it on at least 2 feet thick. This isn't decoration. This is engineering. You want so much insulation you can barely see the frame. Now crawl inside. It's tight. It smells like decomposition. It's claustrophobic. Your back is against wet leaves, and you can hear things moving in the dark. Good. That means it's small enough that your body heat will actually warm the space instead of heating the entire forest like an idiot. That discomfort is survival tax. A properly built debris hut can keep you alive in sub-zero temperatures. No fire needed, just you, physics, and a refusal to die in a pile of leaves. Pro tip, line the floor with more debris. If you lie directly on frozen ground, conduction will drain you like a battery. The ground is infinite thermal mass. You are not. Quick checkpoint. So far, you've blocked conduction with layers, stopped convection with debris. 2 out of 3 heat thieves handled. Now let's deal with radiation. Method 3. The Mylar burrito, or how to turn yourself into a human thermos. Those shiny emergency blankets in cheap survival kits. The ones that look like space burritos. Not a gimmick. Those are radiant heat reflectors. Your body constantly radiates infrared heat. Normally, that heat vanishes into the void. But wrap yourself in Mylar, and suddenly that heat bounces back. You're basically inside a thermos, made of crinkly sadness. But don't just drape it over yourself like a cape. Wind will shred it. Instead, layer it between blankets. Use it as a ground sheet. Tape it to your shelter walls. Turn your entire space into a low-rent sauna. No Mylar. Aluminum foil works. Reflective bubble wrap works. That car windshield sunshade you stole from a parking lot, flip it shiny side in. Science is just expensive trash that actually works. Now let's talk about heat you can borrow. Method 4. The water bottle radiator, or bootleg central heating for people who've run out of options. If you have access to any heat source, a stove, sunlight, even a car engine that was running an hour ago, you can pull this off. Grab a durable bottle, fill it with hot water, not boiling. Wrap that bottle in a sock or shirt, then tuck it into your sleeping bag against your core. Boom, portable radiator. That water holds heat for hours. When it cools, you've got drinking water. 2 problems, 1 bottle. No hot water source. Use your own body. Fill a bottle with cold water and stick it against your stomach or in your armpit. Let your core warm it, slowly. Once it's warm, move it to your feet. You're now a human-powered heat distribution system running on spite. Now here's where most people start breaking. Around hour 3, hour 4. Your body's still producing heat, but the deficit's catching up. This is the part nobody tells you about. Method 5. The cardboard cocoon, or why dumpster diving is actually infrastructure planning. Cardboard is everywhere, and it's free insulation. Tiny trapped air pockets make it work. Flatten boxes. Layer them on the ground under you to block conduction. Tape them over windows to kill drafts. You can even wear it. Shove flattened cardboard under your jacket like medieval armor designed by someone who stopped caring what strangers think. Stuck in a car. Line the entire interior with cardboard. Cover the windows. You're building an insulated cave inside your vehicle. It looks like a breakdown. It works like engineering. In any urban area, cardboard is survival infrastructure hiding in plain sight. Method 6. The huddle, or why personal space is a luxury you can no longer afford. By now, it's past midnight. The temperature's still dropping. If you're with other people, get close. I don't care if it's awkward. I don't care if you just met them. Cold doesn't respect boundaries. Huddle up, back to back, side by side. Share blankets. Share sleeping bags. 2 people in one sleeping bag stay warmer than 2 people in separate bags. This is biology, not a suggestion. Animals know this. Penguins do it in blizzards. Wolves do it in packs. You are not above survival tactics used by creatures with actual fur coats. Alone? Fetal position. Knees to chest. Arms wrapped tight. You're minimizing surface area. Less surface area means less heat escaping into the void that's trying to kill you. Got a dog? Congratulations. You're sleeping next to a 101-degree furnace with its own insulation system. Use it without shame. Now here's why this works better than fire, and why fire will probably get you killed. Fire is great when you have fuel, oxygen, dry conditions, and the luxury of staying in one place. But fire is a lie. It makes you feel safe while making you visible. It needs constant feeding. It dies in wind. It drowns in rain. Your body Your body is a biochemical furnace that runs on fat, carbs, and pure spite. It doesn't need matches. It doesn't need kindling. It just needs fuel, water, and insulation. And it doesn't broadcast your location to everyone within a mile radius. The secret to surviving cold isn't making more heat. You're already a heat factory. The secret is stopping the theft. You're plugging the leaks in a system that's trying to shut down. So the night drags on. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. The cold presses in harder. But you're not just sitting there shivering and hoping someone rescues you. You're layered. You're insulated. You're using physics like a weapon against entropy. Your core temperature holds. Your brain still works. Your body keeps burning. No matches. No problem. You're surviving on physics, trash, and a refusal to become a statistic. If you wake up in the morning, you didn't get lucky. You won. But here's what they don't tell you about winning against the cold. It only matters if that was your only problem. Because staying warm keeps you alive tonight. But if the reason you're doing this is because the power grid just collapsed, the cold isn't your enemy. The cold is the warning system. It's just nature's way of letting you know the countdown started. 1 second after the lights go out, everything you thought you knew about threats, timelines, and survival changes. The looting starts faster than you think. The panic moves quicker than you're ready for. And the decisions that separate people who make it from people who don't happen in the first 60 seconds, not the first hour, the first minute. That's what we're covering next, because you can survive the cold all you want. But if you're not ready for what comes after the darkness, you just kept yourself warm enough to die slower.